Shalom. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Hope that you gave the Most High Yahuwah thanks for giving you another chance to be able to repent, to get your life together, to get your act together, to be able to repent to a life of righteousness and turn away from wickedness and to put it down forever. Last time that we stopped off at Genesis 10, so we're going to be picking up from Genesis 11 onward. I don't really got too much to say. I'm going to just say thank you, Yahusha, who people call Jesus Christ, for giving us another day. That's all I got to say. Just give thanks. Just like that. Let's get straight into the reading. It's not going to be a super long live. Alright, we on Genesis 11, verse 1, King James Version, or you can read whatever version you read. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach into the heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. These are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begat Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he begat Arphaxad 500 years and begat sons and daughters. And Arphaxad lived 35 years and begat Salah. And Arphaxad lived after he begat Salah 403 years and begat sons and daughters. And Salah lived 30 years and begot Eber. And Salah lived after he begot Eber 403 years and begot sons and daughters. And Eber lived 44 and 30 years and begat Peleg. And Eber lived after he begat Peleg 430 years and begat sons and daughters. I'm going to just say this too. A lot of the beginning of the book is about generations. When we get to like Matthew, start talking about the generations again of people, but it's mostly in the beginning where we're going to be talking about the genealogy of these people, of this so-called people and stuff like that. So it might get boring to some people, but a lot of this ties in together to like the latter end of the book. So pay attention. And Peleg lived 30 years and begot Reu. And Peleg lived after he begat Reu 209 years and begot sons and daughters. And Reu lived 230 years and begot Serug. And Reu lived after he begot Serug 207 years and begot sons and daughters. And Serug lived 30 years and begot Nahor. And Serug lived after he begot Nahor 200 years and begot sons and daughters. And Nahor lived 920 years and begot Terah. And Nahor lived after he begat Terah 119 years and begat sons and daughters. And Terah lived 70 years and begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Now these are the generations of Terah. Terah begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran begat Lot, and Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his nativity, and Yor of the Chaldees, and Abram and Nahor took them wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife Milcah. Shalom. Let me get straight into it. Alright, I stopped off at Genesis chapter 11, verse 29. And Abram and Nahor took them wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife was Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah and the father of Iscah. But Sarai was barren. She had no children. And Terah took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, and his son Abram's wife, and they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan. And they came into Haran and dwelt there. And the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. Now the Lord has said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, into a land that I will shew thee, and I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee, and in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So Abram departed as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. And Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and all the souls that they had gotten in Haran, and they went forth to go into the land of Canaan. And into the land of Canaan they came, and Abram passed through the land unto the place of Shechem, unto the plain of Moreh. And the Canaanite was then in the land, and the Lord appeared unto Abram and said, Unto thy seed will I give this land. And there builded he an altar unto the Lord who appeared unto him, and he removed from thence unto a mountain on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, having Bethel on the west and Hai on the east. And there he builded an altar unto the Lord, and called upon the name of the Lord. And Abram journeyed, going on still toward the south. And there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land. And it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said unto Sarai his wife, Behold, now I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon. Therefore it shall come to pass, when the Egyptians shall see thee, that they shall say, This is his wife, and they will kill me, but they will save thee alive. Shalom, sister. Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister, that it may be well with me for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee. I'm on Genesis chapter 12, verse 14. And it came to pass that when Abram come into Egypt, the Egyptians beheld the woman, that she was very fair. The princes also of Pharaoh saw her, and commended her before Pharaoh. And the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. And he entreated Abram well for her sake. And he had sheep and oxen, and he asses, and men servants, and maid servants, and she asses, and camels. So she asses and he asses is just donkeys. It just means donkey. So when you hear he asses and she asses, that just means donkeys. A female donkey and a male donkey. And camels. And the Lord plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abram's wife. And Pharaoh called Abram and said, What is this that thou hast done unto me? Why didst thou not tell me that she was thy wife? Why saidst thou, She is my sister? So I might have taken her to me to wife. Now therefore, behold thy wife, take her and go thy way. And Pharaoh commanded his men concerning him, and they sent him away, and his wife, and all that he had. Genesis chapter 13, verse 1. And this is probably where I'm going to stop off for tonight, because these chapters definitely be long. But I just wanted to get on here and read for the live, so whoever is listening, they can get the word for the day if they don't read on their own. And Abraham went up out of Egypt, he and his wife and all that he had, and Lot with him into the south. And Abraham was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold. And he went on his journeys from the south even to Bethel, unto the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Bethel and Hai, unto the place of the altar which he had made there at the first. And there Abraham called on the name of the Lord. And Lot also, which went with Abraham, had flocks and herds and tents. And the land was not able to bear them, that they might dwell together, for their substance was great, so that they could not dwell together. And there was a strife between the herdmen of Abraham's cattle and the herdman of Lot's cattle. And the Canaanite and the Perizzite dwelt then in the land. And Abraham said unto Lot, let there be no strife, I pray thee, between me and thee, and between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we be brethren. Is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyself, I pray thee, from me. If thou wilt take the left hand, then I will go to the right. Or if thou depart to the right hand, then I will go to the left. And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere, before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, as thou comest into Zoar. Then Lot chose him all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves, the one from the other. And Abraham dwelt in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelt in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent toward Sodom. But the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Lord exceedingly. And the Lord said unto Abraham, after that Lot was separated from him, lift up now thine eyes, and look from the place where thou art, northward and southward and eastward and westward. For all the land which thou seest, to thee will I give it. To thee will I give it, and to thy seed forever. And I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be numbered. Arise, walk through the land and the length of it, and the breadth of it, for I will give it unto thee. Then Abraham removed his tent, and came and dwelt in the plain of Mamre, which is in Hebron, and built there an altar unto the Lord. So I'm going to stop there. And we're going to be back on this John tomorrow to read from Genesis 14 and onward. What I got away from today's reading is that the Lord will bless those who are obedient to him and do his will. If you have the Lord, then you have everything. If you don't have the Lord, then you lost everything, if that make any sense. And I'm not going to make this too overly complicated, or I'm not going to talk way too long on what I get from this chapters that I read. But that's just a general synopsis of what I got from these readings. The readings that I did today was that the Lord will be with you if you do his will and be obedient. He will protect you and bless you. But if you don't, then you will be cursed. And a lot of us, we don't even realize that we curse, because whether we know it or not, people in our ancestry or people that's in our family that we don't even know about, they probably was cursed. So that curse got placed onto us whether we know it or not. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of things be happening in our life without our knowledge and stuff like that, is because we didn't break the curses that was placed on us or placed on our ancestors and stuff like that and translated to us. So That's something that you should be actively working on every single day that you wake up, is to break those curses. And that only way that those curses can be broken is through Christ. And that's it. That's my belief. That's what I'm sticking with. And that's what I'm going to die on that hill. You don't got to believe what I believe in. I'm never trying to convert people or make them to believe what I believe in. But that's just what I believe in. And with that being said, shalom, shalom. All good attributes and righteous attributes to you and your household. May y'all give your life over to Christ and repent. If not, then that's between you and God. I don't got nothing left to say. So, shalom.